What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about MEXC token today. This is the native token to the MEXC crypto exchange. You click on MEXC token's website here on CoinMarketCap. It brings you to the MEXC page right here. I didn't know. Oh, damn it. Oh, what did I just delete there? That's okay. I think I deleted CoinGlass. That's okay. We don't need it. I didn't know MEXC had its own token. Just goes to show how out of the loop I was. And what I did, because I wasn't aware of this token, I got to know it on somewhat of a long-term basis before making this video. I'm like, let's see, do I really want to talk about this? And something interesting is going on here, you guys. I don't think I've ever seen this happen before. I genuinely, I've been in crypto now since 2015. This is a first for me. And maybe there's other examples. I can't think of any. I haven't seen any. Nothing comes to mind. But this is rare. That in your first bull market, you had your top here, and in your first bull to bear market, you only dropped 80%. Most cryptos drop 95% or more. And the difference, there's a huge difference there, right? 80% to 90%, first off, is a huge difference. Just from the low, just from where that 80% level is there to the 90% level, that's a 52% difference right there. The difference between 80 and 90% is a 50% difference. But to go to 95%, which is what the average, I think the average crypto drops 94 to 95% in their first bull market, or in their first bear market. That's a 76% difference. So just a humongous, I know it doesn't seem, and the reason why I'm measuring this out is because normally, if I said, oh wow, we only dropped 80%, normally they drop 94 to 95% or more, you'd think, oh, well, that's not that big of a difference. It's a huge difference. It's like a 76% difference is what it is. It's actually a humongous difference. And the fact that MEXC only dropped 80% in its first cycle, first bear market, makes me think that this next move up is going to be very robust. So there's a reason why in your first bull market, you pumped from a low to a high, you did an overall 86x, and you only dropped 80%. You didn't drop more than that. There's a reason. It's because there's not enough selling pressure and there's too much buying pressure. And then we look here, this, what we've experienced since April of 2024, is effectively worse than what your bear market was. This has lasted longer, and I'm curious actually to see from a high to a low how much you've dropped. You dropped about 66%, which is pretty crazy. You've had like your own little mini bear market, and all you're doing right now is you're finding support at the same areas you found support before, at the same areas you found support before, at the same areas you found resistance before. This seems like a prime buying opportunity. And maybe MEXC's token's about to go down the drain. I don't think so, though. I think MEXC, it's a newer crypto exchange. I think they're just getting started, man. I think there's a lot of room for growth here. Who cares what I think? I could be wrong, but being at a $198 million, a $200 million market cap for what is virtually one of the largest exchanges in crypto now, and they're only coming for more. I don't think they like their size. I think they want to increase their size. MEXC has some aspirations. Let's just say that. I would imagine that this token can see a market cap that is worth genuinely several billions of dollars, if not tens of billions of dollars. And understand what that means. A $20 billion market cap from a $200 million market cap, that's a 100x. I'm not saying that this thing will see $20 billion tomorrow or next week, but in time, yeah. Oh, yeah. This will be this coin from here is a 100xable coin, and it will 100x in time. It's just, it's a matter of time. That's all it is. Circulating supply is this, max supply is this. So there are token unlocks that happen that probably will dilute the share price. Let's see. We're looking at this on our all-time history. What's the market cap versus the price? The market cap versus the price doesn't seem to be that different, so I'm sure that they burn some of these tokens. I don't know what the tokenomics are 100%. I have to do more research, but it's not bad. I don't mind it. I really think what we're doing here is just immense accumulation, absolutely immense. Some might see this and say, "Oh, this is a head and shoulders pattern." I don't think so. I don't think it is at all. Probably not. I think what we're doing here is accumulating right on top of last cycle's highs. You've had a mini bear market in your own right, and now you're ready to go, man. We look at this in a monthly time frame on the monthly RSI. You're at the most oversold levels you've ever been. Or sorry, I shouldn't say oversold. We're not oversold technically, by the way, of this, but you are the lowest you've ever been on the RSI. That's what I mean. You're the most oversold you've ever been. You have higher lows in the price, lower lows in the RSI. That's hidden bullish divergence. Your stochastics have higher lows, which means you have bullish divergence down here on these low areas. Your MACD is reset to the zero Okay, the last time you were down here, you had a fantastic bounce. Now you have lower lows in your histogram. You actually have lower lows between this reading and this reading here with higher lows again. Hidden bullish divergence on several indicators, on all your indicators, really, on the monthly time frame. We look at the weekly time frame, and there is some bullish divergence here as well. You can see you have a lower low in the weekly price. You have a higher low in the weekly RSI. You have multiple higher lows, actually. You have a low here, a higher low, and a higher low, bouncing right off the oversold zone. You have higher lows in the stochastics, and you have bullish divergence on your weekly MACD. Bullish divergence on every weekly indicator, hidden bullish divergence on every monthly indicator, and you're resting on top of what was your last cycle's highs, effectively, just right in this area. You're resting right there, and you saw one of the most tame bear markets, if not, you saw one of the most tame bear markets of any crypto last cycle. Most cryptos dropped 95 or 99% of cryptos last cycle in the bear market dropped 95% or more, okay? Most of them did. So the fact that you dropped 80% says something right there, okay? We look at this from a low to a high. You're up 191% from your bear market low, 191%. Bitcoin's up a lot more, but while the average altcoin is only up, okay, I guess the average altcoin's up 208, okay, a little bit more. The average altcoin's up a little bit more than MEXC is, but that's okay. Still 191, 208, very comparable, very comparable, okay? And I very much do believe that you're undervalued. I very much believe that you have a lot of growth to go. I don't really have much in the way of historical data to compare this to, but I'm just going to try right here, high to low. You went to your 2618, okay, that's impressive. You stopped at your 1886 initially, found support at your 1414, but really you found a lot of resistance at your 2618, okay. If we take last cycle's high to the bear market low, I see no reason why we couldn't see something that's at $2 or $28 to $50 this cycle. That's only, I mean, that's a 10x. Not, I say only a 10x. That's phenomenal. A 10x is great, but in this chart, it seems so big. I really wouldn't be surprised at all if we saw something that took you up to multiple hundreds of dollars by the end of this cycle altogether, sometime in 2026. 250, even above $1,000 is possible. Like, genuinely, this thing has stupendous potential. And I don't know enough about the token itself. I don't know about any staking rewards or any kind of benefits you might have. Is there any benefits out? I'm sure, being an exchange token, using this token to transact, there's probably some benefits there on your trading fees and stuff like that, I'm assuming. But I don't know a whole lot about this token. I would suggest that anybody who's thinking about buying this token does their own research before buying. I always do my own research before buying. I don't care how good a chart looks. I have to know what I'm investing in beforehand. It's pretty easy to digest. It's just an exchange token, but learn about the tokenomics. It's important. Not only that, but from a high to a low here, last cycle's bull market high to bear market low, we tipped the 1272 perfectly. We've tipped the golden ratio perfectly for support. I thoroughly believe that the next move from here, probably in Q1 or Q2 of 2026, will take us up to $10 or more. I wouldn't be surprised in the least. MEXC, we're probably going to see a move just like this over the next 3 to 6 months. Like that took 1, 2, 3, 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months. I would bet over the next 3 to 6 months, we see something very similar. Very, like, identically similar. It's so common to do this where you go from the 1272 golden ratio or the 786, 886, whatever, somewhere in this zone, and you rip up to that golden ratio specifically. Golden ratio to golden ratio, that serendipity, it happens all the time, man. I really wouldn't be surprised at all. And then beyond that, I think as time goes on, as the years go on, as the months go on, we should see something that takes this thing up to multiple hundreds of dollars, even $1,000 at some point. I wouldn't be surprised at all. What's crazy is that from here, a $1,000 price is a 470x, effectively. 470x from here, that puts you at right about $100 billion. Right, just under $100 billion, right there. Which is a lot of money. Going from 200 million to 100 billion is a lot of money, you guys. But as one of the top exchanges in the space, and kind of, I would even say, an undervalued coin at itself, I think you have that potential. Are you worth $100 billion? Probably not. But could you see that price potential? Sure. Maybe not this cycle. maybe not in 2026, but years down the line, absolutely. I think there's immense long-term potential in this. And that's kind of the prospect of this video is that in the bear market, it's actually better than the average altcoin. In the bull market, it's about on par, technically a little bit worse, but a little bit on par. But still, nonetheless, I would expect that what we see here on out probably outperforms most altcoins as well. So I don't really have anything else I want to say. I just wanted to get on here and talk about an opportunity with MEXC USD coin here, MEXC token. Do your own research. Make sure you do your own research. It should be a pretty easy concept because it's just an exchange token, but still do your tokenomics. Make sure you're aware of any unlock dates and stuff like that, burning dates, protocols, stuff like that. Make sure you're aware of what it does before you invest in it. That is financial advice. You should always be aware of what you're investing in. That research what you're investing in. That is financial advice, 100%. I'm not a financial advisor, but I think anybody and everybody could agree that you should do your research before you invest in things. We might even go a little bit lower. Looking at the daily time frame, it's completely possible that MEXC USD does drop down to $1.92, $1.67. Just a better opportunity to buy. I have no problem buying here. I have no problem at all. I wouldn't be surprised if we went a little bit lower first, though. Probably something between $1.70 and $1.90 if I had to guess. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.